Another bizarre handout in this farm bill that I've been involved in now for many years is the creation of a catfish office. Again, I assure my colleagues, I am not making this up. A catfish office inside the U.S. Department of Agriculture at a cost of $15 million a year. The USDA will hire inspectors to visually inspect catfish in seafood facilities. Only catfish, not a shrimp, not a cod, not a tilapia, but only a catfish. We're going to have a special office called, appropriately, Catfish Office, to inspect visually catfish in seafood facilities and only catfish. Senator Shaheen and I and 11 other senators have sponsored legislation to kill this catfish program. I've been opposing it for years. In 2012, our legislation was adopted in the Senate by voice vote, and I assure the distinguished manager of the bill, that is the last time that on this issue I will accept a voice vote, because the distinguished chairperson assured me that with a voice vote that this amendment of ours would remain in the legislation, and obviously that has not been the case. So the next time that the distinguished manager, when it ever comes up again, assures me that an amendment of mine will be adopted in the final legislation, I will have to have better authentication than just taking her word. Last year, the House Agriculture Committee passed a bipartisan amendment to repeal it in the Farm Bill. Despite all this opposition, the unpopular Catfish Office resiliently survived conference. We don't need a new USDA catfish inspection program. The Food and Drug Administration already tests catfish along with all other seafood. But certain Farm Bill conferees are insisting on creating a catfish office because catfish farmers in southern states don't want to compete against foreign catfish importers, particularly those from Vietnam. Its true purpose is trade protectionism at the taxpayer's expense. Under this Farm Bill, there will be a virtual ban on catfish imports for several years, while foreign inspectors switch from FDA's inspection procedures to USDA's catfish procedures. The Government Accountability Office investigated the proposed Catfish Office, and in four different reports called it duplicative and wasteful, and warned that it fragments our food safety system by splitting FDA's responsibility to inspect seafood. In fact, one Government Accountability Office report is simply titled, quote, "Responsibility for inspecting catfish should not be assigned to USDA," and it called on Congress to eliminate the Catfish Office. Both the U.S. Department of Agriculture and the FDA have questioned the scientific value of the proposed catfish. Several years ago, USDA studied the idea and concluded there is substantial uncertainty regarding the actual effectiveness of a USDA catfish inspection program. Even the president's budget proposed to zero it out. American consumers should also be concerned about the trade implications of this program. Some nations, including Vietnam, have threatened WTO retaliation against American agriculture exports, like beef and soybeans. Trade experts warn that this catfish gimmick is the kind of protectionism that harms our efforts to win concessions under trade agreement negotiations like the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which could reduce the tariffs on American products sold to Asian trading programs. Partners. Again, Senator Shaheen and I tried to eliminate the Catfish Office in the Senate's Farm Bill, but the managers blocked the vote on our amendment. The House Agricultural Committee did the right thing, passed the Farm Bill amendment to eliminate it. Unfortunately, when this bill went to conference, several Senate conferees blocked the vote in conference to repeal it, actually blocked the vote in conference, and actually rewrote the law to increase it. It seems that catfish is one bottom feeder with friends in high places.